Alright folks, welcome to another beer review. Really told myself that after the Rivington farm trip that I'd have a bit of time off on the beer. But with the fact that I'm going away in a couple of days and I've only literally done 1 of 2 days of work this week, hashtag fuck it. This will probably be my last beer of the night though. Just polished off a really nice pasta and Swedish style meatballs, you know, the pre-made ones, unfortunately not from IKEA. I think it was Tesco's they were from. And I'm gonna say this now, right? I'm piss poor, okay? I live sometimes to my means, but what I'm going to say is there's nothing wrong with getting, you know, cheap pasta. It's a good way to stock your cupboards, right? But if you want good sort of like quality pasta experiences in the comfort of your own home, seriously, every now and then treat yourself to a little bit more of an expensive bag of pasta, because it makes all the difference. Don't get me wrong, it was pre-made, you know, meatballs, Swedish style. It was a jar of tomato sauce, but trust me, good quality pasta, even if it's the dried stuff and not like fresh pasta, will make all the difference in terms of texture. It's never going to compare to what you have in the restaurants or if you would have it freshly made in the heart of Italy. But trust me. So I had that, and then because I'm a greedy fuck, for my dessert, I didn't polish off a full bag because I've been eating these over the last few days, but Lancashire Crisps, Lancashire sauce flavour. I think not only is it the best flavour of Lancashire Crisps, also one of the best crisp flavours in general. Sorry, Mersey beers. The black pudding and mustard ones from Lancashire are fucking awesome. But these, I don't know what the distribution's like outside of Lancashire. But my God, what a crisp. Wow, what an experience. 4 times lush. Yeah. So, don't know why we talked about pasta, don't know why I showed you crisps. But yeah, so that's my PSA for this video. Just every now and then, get yourself a decent branded pasta and you will notice a difference. I can tell you now. Anyway, so that proper comes across like oh, look at me, I can spend this. I can't. It's just a treat every now and then. Okay, so get off my back. Anyway, we're going over to Finback for this, and this is a can of Way Cool, which is a double IPA, clocking in at 8% ABV. No idea. Oh, hang on a minute. Double IPA with Citra 702, dry hopped with Citra and Ruaka. There we go. That took a... You can find proper information on the Untappd link, which will be in the description. Picked this up from the Rivington Farm Trip Festival, and another Finback beer. What a brewery they are, by the way. Actually had it on tap whilst at the festival. I remember it being chef's kiss. So, unintentionally picked up a can of it. I just saw, oh, double IPA from Finback. Yes, please. So it'd be interesting to see what I can recollect, which right now is very little, from the beer on keg compared to what this can is going to be like. That dog needs to shut the fuck up. Yeah? Anyway. No, let the dogs bark. It's not, you know, you're not going to bed, are you? So let them bark. Let them express themselves. Oh, there's another one chirping in now. But yeah, I really like Finback. I know I always say that the IPAs, specifically the IPAs that we're brewing here in the UK, can be competing and surpassing some of the most notable and highly regarded cans of hype juice. But do you know what? The little whore inside of me, I ate them with the crisps. No, I didn't eat a whore while I was eating crisps. Why am I sharing my fantasies online? That's a joke, by the way. Never mix crisps with... Never do Cris Bingus. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway. Just make them moist and damp, wouldn't it? Like soggy. Like if you pre-make a crisp butty and then put it away until you want to eat it, the crisps are going to get soggy, aren't they? What the fuck? Sorry to anyone who's offended by that. It says gross on there. But yeah, way cool. Double IPA, Finback. I mean, yeah. Up there for me. One of the best American breweries. Not just one of the best American breweries, nearly fallen off the bed. It was the Cris Bingus. That's a great name for a crisp-related content creator. You'd get shadow banned, immediately. But there's just other half. Trillium. Treehouse. Newly discovered for me, Centennial Beer Works. Oh, what an Imperial Stout that was. I think I said that in Medea and Rivington Festival Beer Review, which over there. I'm saying that because the can's over there. Not that you would know that. And yeah, man, it's just like every now and then, as much as we can get comparable and often superior IPAs in the UK for a fraction of the price, it's just nice, isn't it? Especially in the moment, if you've got a few spare quid, just to spend a little bit extra. But then again, most places I've been seeing are selling Steady Roller Man by Day for like £5 upwards. So in the grand scheme of things, then this is just me trying to justify it. Not to throw shade on Daya, of course, because I'm going to chant the blessings of Saturated in Citra, one of the best IPAs that I've had all year. But I'm like, £5 upwards for a UK brewed pale ale? It's like, no. So pay a little bit more and get a double IPA from America. Anyway, so I'm justifying it because it was really good on tap, and hopefully it's travelled well in can. Definitely need to try and organise a US trip over the next couple of years. I know some of the beer tubers have been casually discussing it and that sort of thing and looking at the logistical side, but I'd love to do New York, Massachusetts, obviously with all the comedy coming out of America. It seems like the hub, oh man, that smells good. The hub seems to be Texas. So yeah, I think a little trip, God, that'll take me like 3 years to save up for something like that. But you know what, you've got to, if you can, and it doesn't matter how long it's going to take you, you need to do those trips. You need to have those experiences, because I could be walking home from work tomorrow and suffer a massive heart attack. Do you know what I mean? So fuck it. Do within your limits, in your budget, just do stuff. Live your life, because it could just be taken away from you in the click of a finger. And if Bono clicks his fingers, then they're fucked, really, aren't they? Anyway, beer in a glass scent, using my balanced glass for this. Oh, look at that. The light is capturing that beautifully, albeit going in and out of focus. I look somewhat hench when I'm blurred, and then when it comes into focus, you just see the hulking man breasts. But yeah, look at that. Bold, thick, juicy. 1 finger's worth of head, white head. It's just, I go on all the time, like, I'm getting bored of hazy IPAs. The last two beers, the only two beers I've had tonight have been hazy IPAs. Although, to talk about a completely different US brewery, and I did upload a review, which you may have seen, but Ruination from Stone, to me, pinnacle of West Coast. So, UK breweries, take note, clone the recipe, slightly tweak it, and release a good West Coast. Because a lot of West Coast IPAs are just completely sort of like, not missing the mark, but they're just like missing it by like fractions from hitting all those high notes. But then again, I suppose it's much more easier to brew a hazy, fruity IPA and just throw all your hops to it. Not to say that that's what people are doing. It's just a very popular style, isn't it? That's what mostly we're getting imported over. Although I'd love to see some of the bottles of Other Half, Finback, like big, bold imperial stouts making their way here. I mean, you're going to be charging an arm and a leg, but if you've got a few people, split it between you, or if you're Mersey Beers, just fucking buy it and then share it with everyone. We had a beautiful Celestial Beer Works Imperial Stout, one of my beers of that weekend. Anyway, which is only 2 days ago, and I'm here like saying, oh, I'm not going to drink this week after this weekend. But fuck it. Anyway, beer in a glass, looking very nice. Let's see what we actually get on the nose, because that initial whiff was wonderful. Oh man, it's unmistakably an American hazy juice bomb. Do you know what I mean? That looked like I had way more fingers than I actually have. I went AI. My hand went AI for a second then. It's just big, it's bold, it's fragrant, Jonathan Ross. Said Jonathan Ross. It's got that like fruity hop character, but it's not I suppose you could sort of like put it in the same context as a floral hop tone, but when you get like the actual like biological like hoppy aroma, it's got that to it as well. I'm not putting into words what I actually mean. Oh man, that smells good, man. You're getting like a fruity licorice then. Or was that because I was breathing out of my mouth as I was sniffing? Yeah, Bassett's all sorts. Where's that come from? Oh, but no, it's dank. It's got real ripeness to it. Yeah, can't remember what I paid for this. I think I got 5 cans out of the fridge in Riverton, and it ended up costing like 49 quid. Which I'm not going to complain at that, really. Considering I got 2 Finback beers. Yeah, I'm getting a big Bassett's licorice all sorts. And strawberry laces. Oh, it just smells really, really good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, folks. Oh, man. That's got like the hop intensity of a really pungent triple IPA. This beer is way cool. I don't remember it tasting like this though. Then again, I was a few beers deep, and that was a few days ago. But no, this is... There's a really distinct licorice flavour coming through. And that's not just because I've got it in my head. that it's a licorice flavour. That's what, you know, serial killers say. Though the voice in my head have stopped. But yeah, man. Playing with his hair again. I'm just trying to seduce the sort of like 0.01% of the female viewers who are probably, not that if there's anything wrong with it, in the 50s watching this video. Yeah, licorice. I'm getting loads of licorice. It's got like the real sort of like zesty tartness of a lime. Sharpness, that's what I meant. Big, bold body. Quite a pronounced bitter finish on the back end. It's dank, it's bruised, slightly savoury fruits that's still got the, you know, the fruitiness to them. Just burped into my glass as I took a sip. Disgusting. Oh yeah, it's a really almost abrasive double IPA. And like I said, it's got the hoppy, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I said it before. It's got the hoppy intensity of a triple IPA.
Did you open the front door?
No? Keeping that in. Although slightly worried that someone opened the front door and it wasn't someone who was in the house. Could be my last video. That'll be the fucking day. Anyway. Yeah, it's got like a slight, almost subtly basil sort of character. It's very herby. Yeah, it's like very sort of like, it's like if an IPA, I keep feeling like a spit bubble here. It's like a seasoned double IPA. That I've not had anything quite like this, and it's really not what I remembered it being like at the festival. It's damn good though. Even get like a bit of a bell pepper sort of character. There is a little bit of heat almost. Again, sort of like that, the sharpness you get from a bell pepper or maybe like a cayenne. Not sure if anyone else in the whole existence of humanity would say those things, but you don't know my palate. I can introduce you to my tongue if you want me to, but it's a different conversation entirely. Consensual, of course. But yeah, that's mega. It's massive. It's much bigger. I mean, it's 8% double IPA, so it's big, but the intensity and the robustness of this, it's really quite remarkable. And it's drinking so easily, although I'm saying it's a sharp, it's very good indeed. Very good. There's no sort of like softness to it. There's a little bit of sweetness, but it's like a full-on attack. And like I said, I'm probably saying this for about the 5th time now, it's got the intensity hop-wise of a triple IPA. And yeah, that's not bad for a Tuesday evening. Definitely not bad at all. So yeah, that was Way Cool. Lives up to the name. From Finback. Yeah, just another absolute banger from an amazing brewery. And you know, I don't get to, and I choose not to, you know, purchase these sorts of beers very often. It's one of those sort of things where if I'm there and it's there, I will probably buy it. But you know, it's you're out with your mates at a beer festival, soaking up the sun, soaking up the vibes, and cunt, and you know, it's like fuck it, absolutely fuck it. And it's a real shame that we didn't open this during the bottle show back at the Airbnb. I mean, I didn't suggest it, but yeah, we were too busy having like a vertical on vintage ales. There was a couple of sours. Not much stout action from what I remember. You'll have to check on Mersey Beers, Kent Beer Reviews, Jaco Beers, Blue Nose Beer Reviews, Untappd, to find out what we drank. But yeah, this is terrific. Some of the best IPAs that I've had this year have come from America. Yeah, it's just like I said, there's really nothing stopping UK breweries from brewing this. In fact, there's probably been about 50, 60, God knows how many beers released here in the UK that are comparable to this. Some that might not, you know, be as good, some that might be even better. But yeah, there's just something about when you have one of these beers from a brewery that gets all the hype. Not always justified. Sometimes you have some beers from some breweries and you're like, yeah, it's all right. But Finback have yet to let me down. And even the collaborations that I've had with the UK breweries. I mean, their collaboration with Beak was fantastic. That collaboration that they did, I think it was last year or the year before, with Burnt Mill, wonderful. I'm sure I've had a track collab with these, and I think there was a couple of American breweries involved in that collab. They're just fundamentally, keyword in my vocabulary, fundamentally an amazing brewery. And one of those exceptions where it's like, spend that little bit more. Yes, I know it's just an IPA, but trust me, it's worth it. It really, really is. And I probably won't drink another Finback beer for another good few months, unless there's a collab that comes out from a UK brewery. But yeah, definitely a brewery I'd love to visit. Get some... Ow. Fucking shoulder clipped. But it was perfect timing to make it look like I was one of those, you know, people in school who do that and their fingers clicked. Hashtag arthritis in later life. That's actually really funny, that, Peter. You should make a note of that and start a comedy channel on Instagram. Don't do that because you're not that funny. But that was my Stuart Lee inspired inner monologue. But yeah. Anyway, way cool. Finback, fucking awesome. Highly recommended. If you see it, give it a try. There's no way people are going to drink this and go, yeah, it's an alright IPA. It's distinct. It's powerful. It's got a direct to Star Wars film. Topical, again, should be a comedian, although it's quite a problematic narrative depending on which side of the idealist fence you're sitting on. Although you can only be sitting on one, so you can only be sitting on the top of a fence. I sound like I was from Nottingham then. But yeah, oh, it's so nice. It's getting a little bit more, as it's breathing a glass, it's sort of like, not subsiding, but softening and maturing slightly. Getting that little bit easier drinking, but that bitterness on the back end. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Yeah. Fantastic. Give it a try if you see it. Pay a little bit extra. That Star Wars reference was quite good, actually. Yeah, I thought that, yeah. But yeah, anyway. If you tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. I've got a few Finback beers on the channel. Don't know why I clapped. Then if you want to look through the channel and have a look, because I'm too lazy to compile playlists, then feel free. I'll put the link as always to the Untappd and their website. I'm not too sure if gross is that written there. I don't know if they're like a brewery involved in the beer, but if so, you'll see them Finback X Gross and their information down below. Yeah, Queens, New York. Fantastic. Genuinely fantastic. Bye.